Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Broken Brain. And I realized today that it's been over a week since I actually made a video, and that is unlike me. And some of you have seen some of my previous videos know that yes, I am one. I am a person that struggles with depression and anxiety, and it is been going on since my teens, so for a few decades now. And it's something that a lot of us deal with. And sometimes people just have occasional stress from life, from work, from family, for whatever source it may come from. We get some stress, we get anxious about something, and we need something to relieve. Now, and there are tons of reasons you could be stressed or anxious. And there's also tons of ways you can relieve that stress and anxiety. Now, medication is always an option. Natural supplements can be an option. Uh, when I was in college, a counselor of mine told me, because I was stressed out in college, he goes, "You know what you should do?" He's like, "You should go." I can't remember. I think maybe it was Sunglasses Hut or something. I think it was a knockoff in the mall. He's like, "Go there and ask them for blue tinted glasses." I said, "What?" He goes, "Color can affect your mood. And if you're looking at everything blue, it's going to calm you and help reduce your stress and anxiety." He's like, "It's not like," he's like, "There's medical studies that have been done on it, but the color wavelength does kind of affect your mood." He's like, "If you're in a yellow room, you're going to feel happier. If you're in a red room, you're going to feel angry. If you're going to feel green, you're going to feel, uh, uh, I forgot what green was. But, anyways, blue." And I had some blue, literally, they were like John Lennon glasses, blue tint, and I had them for years. And then I had this dog, my first dog, loved her to death. Her name was Daria. And she was a very obstinate, very headstrong, very independent dog that would show affection and would demand affection. Of course, if you didn't give her your affection when she wanted it, she would go somewhere else to try to get that affection. And I'm sure there's a joke in there about my former. Let's just stop it there before I get myself in trouble. And she ate my reading glasses, my actual reading glasses that I had at the time. And she also ate my blue ones, and I never did replace them. And I didn't think about it till literally I was getting ready to make this video today. I was like, "Oh yeah, those blue glasses. I remember I used those." Because in this article it did mention some color and some wavelengths, and I was like, okay. Or one of another article that was linked to, I can't remember. But I was like, okay, video games have been a vast way for me to relieve stress and anxiety. And that's probably why I didn't make a video last week at all. Like, not even one. And that's really rare. And it's because I was gaming. I mean, I gamed all last weekend. Uh, a lot. And I even gamed that I didn't stream to actually get my first perfect game with Trials of Mana. I achieved all of the achievements on Steam. It's considered a perfect game. Got that this weekend after I was like, there's 3 achievements I need to get a perfect game. I'm going to see if I can do it, and did it. It took a while. It was a lot of grinding, but I got it. And so all this to say that open world games can reduce stress. Gaming in general can reduce stress, but the focus on this is open world games reduce stress and improve psychological well-being, because open world gives you non-linear play, an open world to explore, to do things at your will as you choose in an environment that is completely foreign and allows you to escape to that environment. And that is the fun of open world games. Now, I will say this as a dad who has a daughter that loves to read, I will add something to this. Things that she loves that improves her are video games that are visual novels. I just want to throw that out there because some people, they're not big gamers and they don't want that open world. They're not big gamers. Visual novels is another good one. They haven't done a study on it, but I do think gaming in general, and I've done a couple of videos on gaming improves psychological health and well-being, and this is another one. And you're like, okay, well, what's an open world game? Okay, let's just hit some major ones that, they're either going to be considered open world. A lot of games will be tagged with the phrase open world or simulation. Those are the ones you're looking for. Not all simulation and not all open world, but if it's got those tags on uh, a game site or a packaging, that would be a good bet. What's a good standby? What's a good go-to? Always two major ones: Zelda and Stardew Valley. And here's one. Stardew Valley is an open world simulation. You farm, you explore, you do other things, and it's great. And it's non-linear, so you don't have to do this. The game progresses on how you do it. And that's a great one. I know people that have more hours into it than they'll be willing to admit. I put 237 onto Breath of the Wild and 329 on Tears of the Kingdom. You're like, how do you put so much? Can't beat a game where you're that long? That's the fun part. I could have beaten the game at any time. I had fun exploring the world, doing things, making my own little challenges myself. And with Tears of the Kingdom, you had the build feature. So absolutely, I spent a good 50 hours just building random stuff and seeing what it does. That was the fun. And so you've got that. And it is open world stuff is played. I played some big, almost exclusively, not exclusively. The majority of my gameplay over the past year has been RPGs, which are role-playing games. They vary in genre, but all kind of in the same vein. I started with Sandland. I thought it was amazing. It doesn't get the love it needs. Then with Visions of Mana, which was incredible. Absolutely loved it. I'm tempted to load it back up, start a new run through, and 100% that game because I loved it so much. And they shut down the studio right after its release, so it's not getting any updates, nothing. I can play it again right now and have fun. Some of the weird achievements I can probably get that I'm missing, I can probably get. And I went to Dragon Quest XI, the remake, which was amazing. And on that one, I'm probably never going to get 100% because I don't, only did the gambling thing because I had to in a couple spots. Otherwise, I didn't do it. And that's just, it's not an addiction for me. It's just one of those, I don't think it's an addiction for me because I don't like to gamble. I don't like to lose money. But even though it's virtual money, it just kind of bled over into the game. I'm like, no, I'm not playing where I can lose money. Nope, I'm out. So there was a lot of those achievements that had to do with the casino. And I was like, nah, I'm good. Then I tried Vampire and it is good. I'm going to start that over again from the storyteller mode because as my son watched my gameplay, he's like, man, the upscale in enemies is so fast. He's like, you have to grind, but the problem is you can't grind early game because there's not that many vampires to kill. And I was like, yeah, right. And so I'm going to do that through story mode. And then I kicked off Tales of Mana, which I just talked about and finished. Absolutely loved that. Actually went through it three times because to get all the stories, you have to play. Your main character has to be one of two people, and there's 6 characters. So there's 3 separate individual story arcs that you can see. And I did all playthrough of all 3 so I could see all the stories and beat all the 3 different bosses. The ultimate final boss is all the same, but those 3 individual stories, you got to see the background stories of all the 6 characters. It was great. Loved it. Highly recommend. Such a great game. And then I started Legends of Mana, and not quite my cup of tea. It's not quite open world as you would think, but it is, but it's not. It's different. They tried something different. Not a fan. Like, it just isn't hop up. I'm like, yeah, it's absolutely what I want to do. So I hopped over to Secrets of Mana and started playing that again. I haven't played that since the original with my best friend JJ. In his house as a kid because he had a Super Nintendo and I didn't. And yeah, I loved it. I was like, oh, I do kind of remember this, and it looks better um, than the original. The remake does. It looks better, but it did crash on me twice, which I was found infuriating, and I was starting to see why it has a lot of negative reviews because it does seem to crash on the PC. But I've got my little micro SNES Classic hooked up to my TV back there, so I can probably hook that up and play the original soon. And I may do that after I do PC remake. And open world stuff is just fun. It allows so much just explorations and initiates your creativity. And that's why I started making these videos, was to do something that's out of my comfort zone, to do something creative and put something out there, even though putting myself out there scares the living tar out of me. Uh, I'm that guy that likes. I'm the guy that you go to that back room because something can't get fixed, and I'm the guy that can get it fixed. That's who I am. I don't want credit. I don't want accolades. I don't want any of this. I just want to enjoy doing what I do, and that is what I do. And so making this video, very uncomfortable for me, but I do think it helps me get out of my comfort zone and try something different. And I've had so much fun live streaming open world games because you're like, oh, who would watch video games? I was like, my kids watch people play video games. And I thought that was so stupid. And then one day I was like, you know what? It's like I hear about Fortnite, and found a few streamers that play Fortnite. I'm like, oh, this is a fun game. And I started playing it. Like, man, I am terrible at this. And then my son's like, hey, my friend got me into Fortnite. You want to play? Well, I'm back into Fortnite. All right. It's like, my son wants to play Fortnite. Guess what? I'm playing Fortnite. Heck yeah, I am. And I still have not improved. I need to play a lot more. And there's things like that, that improve your mental well-being, that allow you to connect with people online and connect and just play and have fun and get to that escapism. And that's what so much of this is about. And there's so much, and here's some of the ones they list, like Skyrim, Minecraft, Fallout, Grand Theft Auto, the Witcher series, and there's so many more. And so I thought, what's the best way to show people that may watch this video what an open world is? Hey, let's just click on the open world tab on Steam and see what we got. All right. So we've got Monster Hunter, of course, and that's just been released, and I have not played it. I need to download the demo and give it a shot, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. So I'm kind of like, okay. And here we go, like Pal World. One of these days I'm going to purchase it and, play it. Everyone seems to love it, but I'm like so much more. And yeah, Tomb Raider, another one. It's on my wish list. I do own it on Switch, but it's also kind of like, I'd rather just play it on my computer. So I've got it. I may buy. There are games I duplicate by, digital for my PC, and then always physical copy for my Switch. So this is a new horror one that's come out called Repo. I haven't really paid much attention to it, but man, I've had a lot of my friends playing it this past weekend. It's come up on my notifications. Someone's playing Repo and all those. You got Elden Ring, Assassin's Creed, not that one, but any other Assassin's Creed, Dredge, Fable, Silent Hill, Pirates of the Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, Final Fantasy. Oh, I can't believe it. Yeah, Final Fantasy, because, man, my big thing is RPGs. Love them. Spider-Man 2. And see, open world has a lot of subcategories. So if you like action, I mean, yeah, here we go. We got some action stuff here. And that's a lot of what was shown. Red Dead Redemption. Yeah, it's a good one. I shy away from Avatar. Ubisoft has had some issues with that lately. Adventure, a lot of these are going to be action adventure. Far Cry, forgot about Far Cry. And just, let's see. Casual, this would probably be like, yeah, this one's on my wish list. Star Caravan Sandwich, which I think looks beautiful, but I'm on that fence because I saw some of the gameplay and some of the storyline, and I'm kind of like, oh, one of those. It's been tainted. but I still kind of want to play it because it looks gorgeous. Stardew Valley, you got some stuff like that. And some of these I've never heard of. Backrooms, that one I have heard of, and apparently it's really fun and really funny and scary. It's a mix. Like if you like horror stuff, that's a good one. But here's mine. RPG is my favorite. So, you got the Kingdom Come series. Suikoden that just came out last week. Absolutely. It is on my wish list. It's like, I've got so much to play. I'm just like, oh, I want that too, because I never got to play it because it was a PS exclusive. And yeah, want to so bad. You got Fallout. Yeah, the Fallout series. That's another good one. And so hopped over casual, see if there's any. Yeah, Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Yes. Why is it on my wish list? It's a reminder to buy the physical copy for my daughter. She always wanted to play it, but she didn't want to pay for Apple Arcade. And because every time I see this, I hear Butters in my head, like, I don't play World of Warcraft. I play Hello Kitty Island Adventure, which I still think is one of the funniest things. I don't know if Sanrio took that and said, we're going to make a game based on the South Park episode. If they did, well, you're brilliant. It's so funny. But it literally, actually, I think I've just had South Park running on in the living room TV for a while, just on repeat. And that one came up and I was like, oh, the World of Warcraft one. I'm going to sit down and watch it. I hate silence. It drives me crazy. It hurts my tinnitus. So I have to have something playing all the time. Simulation. This is going to be fun. Anything new in this one? You got a lot of the flight simulators. That's good, and I think Microsoft released another one. I think it's this one, the 40th anniversary, that people are raving about the anniversary edition. I know Microsoft just released a new version of it to PC. Strategy. Once Human. That's kind of that multiplayer, a lot of that, like Helldivers 2 and things like that. That's great too. World of Warcraft, like I mentioned before, sports and racing. We've already seen a few of these. And I mean, controller. That's funny. Yeah. Because some of these games on Steam do not offer controller support. It's keyboard and mouse. And some people love that. And some people want to play the controller. I played keyboard and mouse for so long, I want the option. And I want to touch on some VR stuff because my son, even though I can't get it on through there, he's got a MetaQuest. So I keep my eye out on some of the stuff that's in VR so I can kind of get him some cards so we can get some stuff. But I mean, absolutely. I think Subnautica would be amazing in VR. And that would be something really cool to do. I think my first VR headset that I had, I don't know what it was at a barcade, and it wasn't one that you could do. You just sat there and it was a deep diving simulation. I don't remember what it was called. I remember going out there. I did it. I was like, oh, this is cool. And during daylight hours, it's for kids. After night, it's for adults only. And so I took my kids and they're like, this is so cool. I was like, I know, right? And Skyrim VR. That'd be interesting. So, I mean, if no matter what you got, no matter what your taste in games are, there's something that's kind of open world and simulation that you can fall in love with and get into and really feel just stress, just drop off, just that depression, that anxiety, that feeling good of, just feeling better. And so that's why, people are like, oh, well, video games are bad and they lead to violence. It's like, no, it's kind of one of those things. It's a stress reliever. And you know what? My other stress relieving hobby, this is cheaper, believe it or not. My other stress relieving is going out to the range, and price of ammo needs to drop. We need to talk about that. We need to keep dropping that ammo price down because, man, going out to the range is costly. And I don't do it as much because of the cost. I was like, man, I just love going out and target shooting. I love it. It's fun. And there's a few of the guys that we go at first Friday of every month. We're out at the range, and we shoot all afternoon, and it's great. And we just have a good time. And even a buddy of mine, this last month, he brought this is cool because in Texas, I think you can't have like physically accurate bodies to shoot. Like that's against the rules. That's against the law. I can't remember if it's state or federal, but you can't do that. That's why there's always the outline of like a body shape. But a little caveat between that is you can buy zombie targets. So like full body zombies, and you can have fun shooting zombies. Oh my gosh, seriously. It's like, oh, that is, I don't know where he got them, but I need to look that up because that was fun. We all shot zombies. It was great. They weren't full color, they're just outlined, but still, it was like, hey, we're shooting zombies. This is cool. And so yeah, I mean, so yeah, if someone's like, oh, well, they play this violent game where they're going around shooting zombies and all that, I'm like, it's fun. You're saving the world. You're surviving and saving the world. That's good. That's good for your mental health to get you in a good mind space. Yes, and I see where they make that translation. They've been making it since since video games came out. I mean, since the 80s, this has been around, so it's, yeah. But the more and more they're seeing it is people are using video games as unknowingly as a stress reliever, as a depression reducer, an anxiety reducer. And I'm all for it. And I want more people to play RPGs. And like I said, let's go. There it is, right there. My first perfect game, Trials of Mana. I just started playing it Among Us just because I was like, everyone's been playing it. I want to try it out. But I mean, I'm working on these two, but Trials of Mana, 100%, all 44 achievements, first perfect game ever. And see, this is all this, and it's one of those, it's fun. RPGs are fun, and some people love them and some people don't. And it's all about taste. And I don't blame anybody for their choice and preference of games because, yeah, what my son plays is different from what my daughter plays, from what I play. And we do have some crossover because we absolutely have family game night every night. And Mario Party is always on the menu, along Super Mario Party All-Stars is our favorite. We're still mad about the whole Jamboree buddy you get. Yeah, that annoys us to death. But we still like Jamboree. And absolutely, Dragon Slayer, Sweep the Board, Mario Kart, Mario Wonder. I mean, we've got loads of games. Smurfs Party. I mean, we've got a whole case with just the cards. We bought a case. Oh, I should have brought it in here. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We've just got all these fun games that we play as a family. And that's like our thing. It's like not our individual thing, but it's as a family thing. And we love it. And we play when it's game night, it's awesome. And next week is spring break. So it's going to be game night every night. Yeah. It's going to be fun stuff because it's not just good for me. It's good for the kids. It's good for all of us. It helps them escape, just to put the world aside and focus on something fun and escape into it. It's good for my kids. It's good for me. And it brings us closer together. So absolutely, we're doing game night every night for spring break because we're a nerdy family, right? We are a nerdy family. So just want to put that out there. I've been going off on this, all from this one article that says open world games allow escapism to reduce the stressors in life. And I mean, Grand Theft Auto, I mean, you can't get much. I mean, that's violence in itself, but I mean, and it was, I mean, that's really all this article briefly talks about. It links to the paper, and I'll put the link in the description. So if you want to come over here and click on the link and read the entire paper, I did not. Mostly because my ADD. If I've got to sit there and read a college level peer reviewed paper, I'm going to need a bit more caffeine and a bit more interest. But this is just one of those things I've been getting out there and saying that more people need to play video games to relieve stress. I read as well, and I have not done any of the visual novels so much, but it's something my daughter absolutely loves. Uh, Danganronpa, Omari. I know they're all kind of psychological horror ones, but that's her bag. That's what she loves. So I'm all for it. It's great. She talks about she'll tell me about the stories and stuff. It's great. So visual novels I would package into that. They didn't study it, but visual novels I'll pack it in. And I will say this: if you search for visual novels, you need to put on filters. I'm just going to warn you now. That's all I'm going to say. Because I didn't realize I could put filters on Steam, and I didn't realize there was that much out there till I went looking for visual novels for my daughter to get game ideas to get her for her birthday and Christmas and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my. Ooh. There's some stuff out there. It should not be out there at all. Like, ooh. It's like, I am close. I am practically mid 40s, and even I'm like, ooh, no. No. That should not exist. Nope. But anyways, that's just a long spiel of me talking about one of my passions that I discovered that I lost, and that's playing games. And me individually, RPGs, that's brought me so much fun, so much enjoyment, and so much reduction in stress and anxiety. Also playing with my kids, family game nights is just something that literally I can't put a value on. It's something I love so much that you could not, there's not a number that you could give me to say you can never have game night with your kids again. There is no dollar amount in this world it would make me give up that. That's how much it means to me and how much of an impact it has on me and my kids and how much it can on you. And I'm not even talking about video games. My parents did board game nights, and we do board game nights too. Still, even though it's been years, Exploding Kittens is still a favorite in the household. We love Exploding Kittens. It's a fun card game. Absolutely wonderful. Can't get enough of it. It's great. If you never had it, it's so much fun. It is just like that. Or just, I've got tons of decks of cards. We know all these games. And my parents travel a lot with some of their friends to different destinations. And so they've learned a lot of, just card games with the 52 card deck, and just boom, they teach us, and we play it at home, and we play all these different card games. And they're like, let's play golf. Let's play war. Let's play this. Okay, fine. Let's do it. And we play, Trash Can's another one. And, there's lots of card games out there that were designed around the 52 card deck. So literally go to a gas station and pay $2 and pick up a cheap bicycle knockoff deck of cards, and you can have an absolute blast with family game night with a deck of cards. And if you don't have one, seriously, they're like nickel at secondhand stores like Goodwill and all your secondhand stores. Literally sometimes they'll just give them to you. Seriously, if you need a deck of cards, do it. So I'm just saying all that because I want people that have found me and watch me and that are coming along with me on this journey of just making videos, talking about gaming, mental health, theology, that you find some comfort and a healthy outlet for your stress and anxiety. And I hope it continues to fill you with relief and reduce the stress in your life. Sometimes there's not, There's nothing you can do on outside forces, but but you can change how you react and how you handle it. And this is a healthy outlet. It can be unhealthy. I will state that. I should have put that in there. I played World of Warcraft to the point it became unhealthy. That World of Warcraft, playing it so much, so often, constant, literally got me to the point where I'm like, I have to step away. And that was in 2006. And that was the last time I played a video game. It was in 2006 till about a year and a half, 2 years ago. Never played video. I mean, literally bought my kids a Switch. For Christmas, they played. We didn't really play together. Then when I started gaming, I was like, no, we're gaming. We're doing this as a family. We're getting into this. We're going to find ways to have fun together. And so, yes, things like MMORPGs can be good, but you got to be on the. There is some negative connotation to that. If you become obsessed with it, you got to switch it off and switch to something else. That's why I like. That's why I gravitate to JRPGs, because it's like the big MMORPGs, but it's just me in an open world, and I can play it forever. But eventually, if I want to, I can just finish the game and be done with it and move on. And that's why open world games are so fun, especially RPGs. So, with that, my friends, I hope this is giving you a little information that'll help you deal with the stress of this week, deal with the anxiety and the depression that you might be feeling. Um, there are a lot more ways, but since this intersects two of my favorite things, uh, video games and mental health, I will, and one of these days, we'll get a good Bible accurate video game. I haven't seen one in a long, long time, but I had one on NES. It was Noah, and but I don't even remember it. It's been so long. But when we find a video game that is a biblically accurate one, I will bring it to you guys. I promise, because that'll be like the intersection of all my favorite stuff. And if it's a RPG, biblical RPG, that's my holy grail of video games right there. So until next time, my friends, as always, I love you all, and there's nothing you can do about it.